What's up, guys? The weather is heating up here in South Carolina. That means our drink sales are starting to pick back up. Let's head off to our laundromat location to go see how much money that machine made. Don't forget, guys, if you like these style of videos, make sure you leave them a like. All right, guys, enjoy the show. What's up, guys? It's Matt with Galaxy Games 843, back with another vending collection video. We're back at our laundromat location, and like I said in the intro, the weather is starting to warm up and we're starting to see our sales increase. Over the cooler months, we were only having to come to this location about once a month. Now that the weather is warming up, it's going to be probably back to a bi-weekly cycle for this location. But this is a 1 month collection in this video, and we've got a lot of things to stock up. As you can see, we're starting it off with a cube of Dr. Pepper or barbecue Sprite, depending on what location you're at. But in this location, I don't really have a lot of interaction with the employees or customers because it's kind of an unmanned laundromat. There is 1 or 2 employees that do cleaning and maintenance, but they're not there 24/7. So, nobody here at this location refers to the Dr. Pepper as barbecue Sprite. That's mainly just our industrial tire location, but neither here nor there. We're going to get that Dr. Pepper stocked all the way up, and many other things in this video too. So keep on watching all the way to the end of the video if you want to see how much money we make in this video, because a laundromat location is a great location for a vending machine because there's 2 things. Number 1, people have change in their pockets all the time at this location because they go in and they use the change machine to get money for their laundry. Then they've got extra change in their pockets and they're waiting around. That's the other great thing. People are kind of stuck here waiting. So while they're passing the time playing on their phone or doing crossword puzzles or whatever they're doing, they like to get a drink or, in some cases a snack. Unfortunately, we don't have a snack machine at this laundromat location. And it's kind of funny because this was our very first location that we ever got when we started doing vending machines. And for years, we've been working on this location to allow us to put either a snack machine or a claw machine inside. And we almost had them convinced to allow us to do a claw machine, but they are totally against us putting a snack machine inside. And I often wondered why. So one day I just kind of asked them, I said, why don't you want a snack machine inside? And I thought the example they used was kind of funny. So what they told me is that they don't want snacks inside the laundromat, even though people bring food and snacks in all the time. They're afraid that people are going to smear cupcake icing on the machines or like silly things like that, which I know there's a lot of people that don't have respect for other people's property. So I know I think the concern is valid, but I just think it might be a little bit extreme, especially when I'm willing to help out and wip down a machine if that happens or something like that. But there is a cleaning crew here too, and while we don't want to create extra work for that cleaning crew, I think they're missing out on an opportunity to provide a service for their customers. Now, one thing I will say is at this laundromat, there's a fire station next door in this angle. It would be to my left. There's a fire station. Behind it is an old cotton candy factory. They no longer produce cotton candy behind it. And across the street there is a gas station. So, but the only thing is the main street, it's one of our busier roads. So customers, if they do want to get a snack, they need to walk across the street to the gas station to get a snack. And like I said, there's a lot of traffic on that road. There's actually a stoplight on the corner. So that does help when it comes to pedestrian crossing the main street. But, I just think this soda machine proves to be, good for the customers so they don't have to go across the street to get a drink. So there's that. But who knows? Maybe someday they'll allow us to put a snack machine inside. But honestly, you know what? I've kind of scoped out the interior. And there really isn't a good place for a snack machine inside, honestly. Like I said, we almost had them convinced to allow us to put a claw machine inside, but we were going to have to do some work. So there's inside there's a water fountain, and they said if we wanted to do a claw machine, we would have to remove the water fountain, cap the plumbing, and install electricity to that location, which we didn't want to do. So we did some research, and I don't know, maybe someday in the future that still might be a possibility, but for the time being, we said, nah, we don't want to do all that. We don't want to possibly cause damage to a business just to get a claw machine in there. So therefore, we did not do that. But again, maybe someday we can get a full-size claw machine in here. People have asked, why don't you try doing a mini machine in here? And kind of on that same note, I don't love mini claw machines, especially in a location like this that's unmanned. I know I could get like a Howard Hospitality Group claw stand or something like that to help keep it secure. But I just worry about, number one, somebody tipping the machine to spill the prizes over into the prize chute. Or, mini machines, they're not very heavy. Someone could just take the machine. And of course, there are security cameras here at this location, and we all agree that would make for some great content. But it's just not something I'm willing to put the risk in for now at this location. Like I said, if we can ever work out an arrangement where we can get a full-size claw machine in here without having to do major renovation to the laundromat, that's something that I'll certainly look into. It's kind of funny. I've actually even had conversations with this location about possibly in the future purchasing this laundromat. But it's funny because every time we talk about it, the price increases. And, I know there's inflation and stuff like that, but every time we talk about it, the price increases about me purchasing this laundromat. But I just think that would be great to own a laundromat and have even more content for the channel and have another great business venture. But who knows, maybe someday that'll be something in the future that we'll be able to work out, is owning a laundromat or owning an arcade. I'm actually in the process. I've been working with my local mall about possibly doing an arcade space, but my local mall has been kind of touchy. I don't know what the deal is with them. They had me fill out an application and do all that kind of stuff. But when push comes to shove, they said they were not interested in having an arcade in our mall. And it's kind of funny too, because they have some national vendors that have machines throughout the main areas, like the main walkways, and a couple in the food court. And those machines are just not maintained. They're not clean. They don't keep the stock. And I've never, ever seen anyone win a prize from any of those machines. And it really makes me wonder, did another vendor spoil it for us? Or is it just that, they just don't want an arcade? But it's kind of silly to me because the space that I'm interested in has been vacant for years. And what business turns down money? That doesn't make any sense to me. So, round one, they obviously didn't go very well for us. We've got another trick up our sleeve, though. We're going to work and maybe put together a better proposal that maybe that might be something in the future for us. But for the time being, we don't have a mall arcade in our future. But it's something that, it's always been a goal when I started this YouTube channel and when I started my vending business. I always wanted to have an arcade mall, and that's really where I came up with the name Galaxy Games. I wanted to do it in like a space theme and call the arcade Galaxy Games. So maybe someday, if you guys keep watching, maybe someday you'll see a Galaxy Games arcade in a mall here in South Carolina. So if you guys like that plan or like that idea, give this video a like, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell too, so you get notified when any new videos go live. And maybe some extra support like that for the channel will help get us there where we need to be and let the stars align for us to finally open an arcade in our local mall. Who knows? I just think it'd be really cool. The other option, we could always maybe work with David over Extreme Vending and open a Kenichi Claw franchise. Who knows? But I've always had this dream of opening a space-themed arcade in my mall and calling it Galaxy Games. And again, that's where we came up with the YouTube channel name, Galaxy Games. And then many people also ask, well, where did the 843 come from? So let me just kind of fill you in. So after I created the Galaxy Games 843 YouTube channel, it was just called Galaxy Games in the beginning. As a matter of fact, if you go back and watch our very first couple videos, it was just called Galaxy Games. So I did a search on YouTube for Galaxy Games, and there were like 30 other Galaxy Games channels. So I needed a way to set myself apart or differentiate my channel from all the other channels. So that's why I added the 843. And for those of you that don't know, I'm in the Low Country, or the Charleston, South Carolina area. So from Myrtle Beach down to South Carolina, our telephone area code is 843. So I added the 843 after the Galaxy Games, and that's when the name, as you know it today, was born. So that's where Galaxy Games 843 came from. Our dream of opening an arcade in our mall called Galaxy Games, and then our area code 843 here in the coastal area of South Carolina. So I thought that was pretty cool. So I don't think I've ever really laid that out or shared that in a video before. We talked about it on some of our live streams and different things like that, or maybe I've had the question asked in comments, but it's not something that I've ever really talked about in a video. So I thought maybe today would be a fun time to share that little history tip for the Galaxy Games 843 YouTube channel. All right, so guys, I've been stocking up all this soda while I've been talking, and looks like I've got the Dr. Pepper stocked up, grape, orange. I'm working on the Coke right now. I know we've got 2 cubes of Mountain Dew to stock up. I think I added in some Monster energy drinks, and I don't think I have any Gatorade to stock up in this video. So I think we're going to just get the Coke stocked up, get the Mountain Dew stocked up. I don't know if we have any, we must not have any Pepsi, because what I'm doing here is I'm reverse stacking the Coke in the very back of the Pepsi column. And why I'm doing this, another vendor actually taught me this trick back in the day. So basically, and here we go. I've got a customer. Actually, she's asking me for money. So she was asking me for money for, I think, I don't know, bus fare or something like that. And honestly, I was in the zone. I was working, so I told her, sorry, not today. So maybe next time. But like I was saying though, about the reverse soda trick. So I put those Cokes in reverse so the tabs are facing out at the very back of the Pepsi column. And the reason why I did that is because I had about 7 or 8 Cokes left after the Coke column was full. And I didn't want to take them back to the shop with me. So I put them in reverse on the Pepsi column. And then the next time that we come to service this location, when I open up that door, I'll see those in reverse and it'll remind me I need to move those over to the Coke column. And it's just another way to not have to bring back extra cans with me. Because I brought some extra because I wasn't sure. I mean, I know I've got the NIAX that tells me how many I need, but I had a 35 pack and I think another 12 pack. And I wanted to make sure that column gets nice and full because we always have great sales with our Coca-Cola in this location. So again, I put them in reverse on the Pepsi column, and then the next time I come to this location, which you'll see in an upcoming video, we'll actually take those out and put them in the proper way over on the Coke column. And that way we've got more cold Coca-Colas ready to go, and I don't have to take them back to the shop. Again, thanks to my buddy Tony, who's a vendor that I've known for a long time, for sharing that tip with me. I think it's a great tip because then you don't have to, drag extra inventory back to the shop with you. It's already on location, even though it technically can't be sold until you move it to the correct column. Because what'll happen is, let's say the Pepsi sells out. In the Dixie Narco 501 machines, the sold out switch is in the front, right behind the motors. So that's why I stacked them up in the very back column, because once that sold out switch in the front pops up, no more vends can be done from that column. And that's why I did it like that. So no matter how tall all the cans are in the very back of the column, if that front switch opens up, meaning it's sold out, it can't be sold anymore. So I don't run the risk of a customer wanting to buy a Pepsi and then getting a Coke. And that's, again, why I did it like that. So I don't know, just some little tricks of the trade that I've learned over the years from my fellow vendors. And speaking of fellow vendors, guys, have you joined our Discord server? If not, you can find the link down in the description. We've got a vending and claw machine Discord with other vendors sharing ideas, best practices, different things that are working for them. It's a great community if you guys want to join and talk with other like-minded people when it comes to the vending and claw machine industry. There's a lot of great people in our Discord, and a lot of great ideas being shared all the time too. There's also lots of great deals and promotions available for Discord members from some of our suppliers, some of the machine manufacturers, different things like that. Pipeline Games is in there, candymachines.com is in there, Flatline Vending, All-Star Vending. There's so many great people in there that are suppliers and manufacturers too. So we always like to shout out our Discord, because if you guys haven't joined the Discord server, you're missing out on an opportunity to interact with like-minded people, sharing best practices and overall good techniques and tips when it comes to growing and maintaining your vending machine or claw machine business. So again, jump down to the description of this video, find the link for our Discord server if you're not already a member, and click that link to sign up for our Discord. It's also a great way to reach out to me if you have any questions and don't want to put it in the comments here on YouTube. You can reach out to me on the Discord server as well. You can DM me in there or tag me in a post or whatnot, and I'm in there every day interacting. All right, guys, it's time for your favorite part of the video. It's time to collect the money, and we're going to start it off with all the coins. Now, again, this location usually has a ton of coins because it's a laundromat. People are using the change machine inside, and this is a 1 month collection. So there are going to be some dollar bills in the dollar bill acceptor, and we've also had some sales via the NIAX, but this location is probably my lowest performing NIAX out of all my locations, which is standard because it's a laundromat. So there's all the cash. We've also got all those coins. So the total amount collected, again, this is for 1 month of service, was $366.75. Now, if you remember, we've had better months from this location for sure, but it's starting to pick back up, and very soon we'll be having $500 a month collections from this location as well. So as the summer months hits, the sales go up, and again, we'll start doing $500 a month here at this location. You know, in the cooler months, this was filmed in early March, so therefore it was probably for the month of February, which was, you know, on the cooler side, but almost $400 for a cooler month is not too bad at all. All right, guys, so again, because it's a 1 month collection, we are going to pay them their commission. We slide it under their office door. Then it's going to be time to wrap the video up. Do want to say, guys, if you haven't done so yet, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It's the best way to support the channel, and it doesn't cost you anything. While you're down there, ring that notification bell and click that like button too to help other people find our videos. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. We really do appreciate your time. This is Matt with Galaxy Games 843. We'll see you next time.